Hello, elementary teachers. I'm going to demo how to use Reading Progress in Microsoft Teams. Reading Progress is designed to improve student reading fluency. Better yet, it's a much faster way to complete running records. Students record themselves reading a passage, and Reading Progress auto-grades for you. That's right, auto-grades. If you don't want to auto-grade, however, that is an option as well. Let me walk you through the process. First, you will need to set up a Microsoft class team for your students. So this is accessible through Office 365 and ClassLink. However, in this example, I'm going to use the app that is installed on my computer. So I'm in Microsoft Teams, and to create a new team for my Reading Progress, I'm going to go down to the bottom left area and tap Join or Create a Team. Then tap Create Team and make certain that you select the class option. Give the class a name to Reading Progress and Next. Then you will need to add students. I'm going to add myself as a guest. And I'm just going to add one for now, but you will need to go through and type the student email addresses. They should pop up automatically, and then you would click on it to add to your class. Now that I'm in my team that I just created, it'll show up at the bottom, 2022 Reading Progress. I'm going to go up to the Assignments tab. I'm then going to go down to the lower left, and tap the purple Create button. Then tap Assignment. I'm going to create an assignment. For this example, it will be Grandmothers Level 6. You can type directions, read the following passage. You can add points. You can differentiate by selecting certain students, due date. But here is where the magic happens. When you go to the Attach button, you are going to go down to Reading Progress. You will then import a Word or PDF, and this PDF should not have any images on it. It should be text only. So I'm going to import my document from my computer. There it is, Grandmothers Level 6. And here is the text. You can preview it as a student. You can add more details to the assignment here. Level 6, the genre is nonfiction. I'm going to add a time limit of 2 minutes. You may do what's best for your students. And I'm going to leave the pronunciation sensitivity at default. For your younger readers, you may want to decrease the sensitivity, less sensitive. And for maybe your second or third language learners, but if you have more fluent readers, then you can have more sensitive. In this example, I will leave it at default. I'm going to require the video, so if you had a situation where you could have the students do this Reading Progress assignment from home, you would know that it is that student who is doing the reading. So in this example, I'm going to leave it on, and I'm going to tap Next. Okay. You can differentiate by selecting students. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and assign. And I'll come back from the student view. All right, here I am in the student view, and I have a notification letting me know that an assignment has been added. So I'm going to tap on this and read it as a student. I see that I have 4 tries and 2 minutes to read, and it's Level 6 Grandmothers.
Grandmothers. This book shows you what grandmothers can do.
Just grand. Select I'm done. I can listen back. I'm just going to go ahead and use this recording in this example. It takes a moment to process. All right, now that it has loaded, I'm going to tap the turn in button. This is the fun part for the students. You never know what prize you're going to get. What am I getting? Oh, I have a dragon. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the teacher view. All right, so from the teacher view, there was a notification, but I wanted to start from the default view, go to assignments, and then I can see that 1 of 1 has been turned in. I may tap on that, tap on the student's name, at which point I can look at the analytics. So this has been auto-graded. I can certainly turn that off if I wanted to go through and manually mark the text while the student is reading in the video. You see that I had 53 words per minute, 86% accuracy, 4 mispronunciations, 8 insertions, 2 omissions, 1 repetition. And if you wanted to double check to see that this was accurate, I'm going to tap a couple of words before the text in question. So I'm going to tap here, and I'm going to go to jump to word so that I can listen. So this was a different word. So I'm going to tap this, and I can edit the text. I'm going to insert to the left. I believe it said 1, and insert that. What was not what I heard, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that word, and so on and so forth. Omissions, you can go through and check, but this is amazing. You can leave notes. Before returning the assignment, you may want to check on the type of report you want to send. By default, the full report will send based on the information that we saw earlier. You can send a simplified report. You can apply it to all of the assignments, but let's take a look at the custom report. Okay, so I'm going to tap here so that I can customize the choices. So you can determine what will work best for your students. Maybe you don't want them to see the number of words correct, so that may be intimidating for the students, or the accuracy. You can decide what is best for your students, and then save that customized report, and then you may return it to the student. So this is just a brief overview. It is an amazing tool, and I hope you have an opportunity to use it with your students. Once you have done running records for all of your students, Insights will show you a lot of detail, including words that students are struggling with, and there's just some other great tools coming. But I hope you take a moment to try this amazing tool with your students to increase their reading fluency. Students so far have been having a great time with reading progress, and they like to practice over and over again, which means their fluency has been increasing. So please try to do your running records in Microsoft Teams reading progress. Thank you.